And I remember one time him sitting there, and he had a small room with a partial bathroom. And he looked up and he said, it happened right there last night. And he pointed to the bathroom.
At 89 years old, Albert Wagner was trying to tell his family something that would break their hearts, but something he had to tell them. That was a nursing home worker was abusing him.
My grandfather, being old-fashioned and using some more old-fashioned words, would describe it as a burly man who was taking sexual favors from him.
During Kate Morrow's visits, Albert would describe the assaults happening at Mid-Coast Senior Health Center. And Kate thought it was his declining health talking. He was suffering from dementia, and he was legally blind and partially deaf.
At one point I said, Grandpa, you are safe. You are as safe as you can be. You know, we know the people who are taking care of you.
But the Morrow family at the time didn't realize a man working for the nursing home paid unscheduled visits to Albert in the late hours.
And finally he said, you know what, I don't want to ruin our visit by talking about this. This just must be the way things are in places like this.
Months of abuse happened before a nursing home employee caught Charles Trott in the act. Brunswick Police Captain Mark Walt says Trott, a man in his 70s at the time, was convicted of 3 previous crimes: a 1963 conviction for battery and assault, a 1994 criminal trespass conviction, and in 1985, Trott was convicted in Largo, Florida for lewd and lascivious behavior.
Kate's grandfather got picked on in a case like this is because the suspect hopes the person can't report or won't be taken seriously.
Trott was convicted of sexually abusing Albert Wagner. We reached out to Trott and he didn't want to go on camera, but he did make some troubling remarks. He met me at his door naked, and he told me this incident brought him some favorable moments. And he said he really enjoyed his time in jail. This was the man abusing Kate's grandfather.
We didn't believe him. I think that was the hardest part.
Through this family ordeal, Kate worked with law enforcement and several government agencies on getting a law passed to rewrite the definition of sex offender. In the past, if an abuser harms a person 18 years or younger, then they had to register online as a sex offender. Now, the law states if a victim is dependent on someone else's care, then the abuser has to register online too. Abusing the elderly is a crime that too often stays hidden because the victim is sometimes not believable. The Morrow family is going public with this to warn the rest of us.
I wanted to make sure that this was something that families could use as a tool to protect their loved ones. And I didn't want this to happen again to somebody else.